What's happening, my friends? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. As usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing, and we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. BN Boxing News. Al Booger. What's up, AB? William Old School of Arendt, hashtag JBT. Mike Mazik. What's up, Mike? Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the Box Historian. Today, a look at Sonny Liston with my special guest co-host, William Old School of Arendt. Okay, I can bring my special guest host in whenever he's ready. But how's everybody doing today, this Monday afternoon edition of Cat Sports? Back off from another weekend. We're at the beginning of another week of boxing history. We're going to be talking about the big bear today, Sonny Liston. Okay. Old school has got a lot of boxing knowledge up there. We got to tap into that. That's William Old School of Rant from the Angry White Men podcast. We'll probably we started about 2:30, but you can hit that link anytime you get ready, Old School. Did you get that link I sent you, Old School? Well, let me send you it. I'll send it over. This is for Old School, this link is. Okay. I'm going to send it over, Old School. I knew something wasn't right. Coming right up. But how's everybody doing today? It's Monday. While I'm working on this link, let's talk about preview this week. Of course, today is going to be look at Sonny Liston along with William Old School White Men podcast. Tomorrow is going to be we're going to look at some father, son / daughter boxing teams. You know, we're going to look at some father and son or daughter that boxed, and then we're going to look at some father son trainer teams tomorrow. Wednesday, we're going to be all about women's boxing Wednesday because we haven't did that in a while. Thursday, boxing in the States continues. It's going to be Florida. Should be a good one, Florida. And then Friday, the profile this week is the life and career of Miguel Cotto. Okay. How do y'all like those cards last weekend? Chisora and George was a good fight, but I thought George pulled it out, man. You know, even the round he dropped Chisora, I think it was like an even round because he like pummeled him. But Chisora is a dog, man. He had him on the ropes. He didn't have looked like he had nothing left, but he was still punching, and he dropped George. I think that's what won the fight for him. But good fight. The GOAT, looked like the GOAT went up there to heavyweight and found some power somewhere. Didn't she? Okay. That is for Old School. Yeah, I believe that's it there. I don't know what I did with that other one. It didn't show up right. I figured something was wrong. Yeah. I thought something was not right. But yeah, and this weekend is the big one. The big August 3rd one. The big August 3rd card, man. From Turkey Alley Sheik's first in the States from LA. We got Bud Crawford and Madrimo, Pitbull and Rayo. Big Baby. I thought both Big Babies was on the card, but I didn't see Jared Anderson this time. But Big Baby Miller, the original Big Baby, is on there. And David Morrell, Andy Cruz. Too bad we couldn't get the Virgil and Tim Zoo. Right, that would have been fire if that would have been on there. Wow. Let me see what's going on with this link, man. Okay, yeah. That one should be, is that one working off for the old school? I just dropped one in there. Oh shit. Don't hit that old school. Pardon my French. Damn. Bear with me for a minute, old school. Damn. We're gonna get you up here. We ain't starting till 2:30, no way. You know how I mess around till 2:30. I wanted to get your take on the fights this weekend and the big card next weekend and all that stuff. But we're gonna get it together. But how was everybody's weekend? Was it good? I just saw 2 fights. I saw 3. I saw the Goat and I saw Chisora and Joe Joyce and Michelle Rivera. I didn't see anything else. I didn't even know too many other people that were on the card. Okay, old school. The third time is the charm, man. The third time is the charm. Hit that one, old school. Try this one. I messed up when I put it in that chat. Threw myself off. Try that one, old school. That should send you right up here. There we go. Now it say your device is not connected, but that was it. I'm gonna have to drop off and come back, old school. Device is not connected. There we go. We got it done. And there's old school. What's up, old school?
What's happening?
Not too much.
I don't know what the hell. That other one you sent in the chat, it was sending me off like I was starting my own stream or some kind of shit.
Yeah, I think that was an old link. Yeah, man. I like to put it the way I do it. I just type it right in there, man. You know. Then when I tried to do the copy and all that stuff, I messed up and sent some other one.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? I kept going to something else, like I was starting my own stream or something.
Damn. Yeah, we got it together though. Did you see the fights this weekend?
I really didn't. I kind of just listened to KQ call them.
Okay. I thought Joe Joyce had pulled it out, man. They gave it to Chisora.
I went back and pulled that fight up. I had it dead even.
Yeah. A draw or Chisora.
I ain't gonna lie though. Chisora, if Chisora would have had some damn cardio, I think he'd have got Joyce out of there.
Yeah, he ran out of gas. And the Goat got a knockout.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, that makes me wonder if all this time she keeps sucking herself down to make weight.
Yeah.
That was zapping her freaking power.
Yep, baby, she should have been up there all the time.
Yeah.
What's up, Hori Faints? Hori Faints in the building. We're looking at Sonny Liston today, Hori. We're gonna start in about 5 or 10 minutes or so.
But I ain't gonna lie, I got about 5 pages worth of notes I wrote down for this.
Well, that's good, yeah, because I got some stuff I wanted to ask you about too with Sonny. Oh, that's good, man. That'll make it. Let's say you want to do Muhammad Ali next.
Yeah, and okay. I think we'll do Frazier after that.
Yeah, because I have never did Muhammad Ali before.
That's my guy. That's my all-time favorite. So I can't wait to do him.
Yeah, I know a lot about him right off the top of my head, though, Muhammad.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Yeah, especially him and Frazier. And you know they retired. You know they retired a week apart. The way they.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Frazier retired 1 week, and then Ali retired like 8 days later. That's something.
Wow.
The way their careers were intertwined, and then they got out like a week apart, man. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Ali's the only fighter I ever cried over, bro. I literally cried over that freaking Holmes fight, and I hated Larry Holmes for many freaking
Yeah.
years.
Ali shouldn't have been in there, though, man. You know?
Hell no.
No.
And I was pissed off at Holmes for even making the fight, not backing out of it, knowing that Ali was in such bad shape.
And it was Don King, because they said Ali had been in the hospital and Don King had paid his hospital bills, and Don King forced him to fight to pay him his money back. Don King had a whole lot of shit with him, man. Went back then. Yeah, back when he was
That's
young.
a goddamn shame.
Yeah. Because Ali was already showing signs of that Parkinson's before the Spinks fight. Remember, like in 78?
Yeah. That's why, dude, I did not want that fight at all. The Spinks fight, I was like, this is not even Ali anymore.
Yeah, that should have been the end right there. When he came back and won the second one, he should have went on out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fought Holmes and then Trevor Berbick, and man, he would have watched both of them in his prime, man.
Oh yeah.
It was painful. What's up, Joe? Joe.
It was painful to watch them fights, dude. It really was.
Yeah. Especially Trevor Berbick, man. He would have probably would have just watched Trevor Berbick. Prime Ali and Trevor Berbick. But Tyson got both of them back for him.
I'm gonna tell you what, another one was upset over all that crap was his best buddy, Howard Cosell, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Howard.
Howard and Ali were so close, man, and Howard was really upset that they wouldn't let that man retire, you know?
Howard got out of boxing after. He said he didn't want nothing else to do with boxing. Yeah, he was so pissed off at him.
I don't blame him. I was too, man. That shit hurt my heart watching them last fights of his.
Yeah. He had no business in there. He was already showing signs of that sickness and everything, man. You know, them could have been the two fights that really done it, you know?
Yep. It was a damn shame, dude. Absolutely. And boxing, you know, they took a hit for that because a lot of people were madly upset over that shit.
Holmes cried after the fight, too. Because, you know, Ali gave him as a sparring partner. He was hurt, man. But Don King was the culprit, man, that caused all that shit. You know?
Yeah, he went to Ali and he told Ali, he's like, man, you know, I feel so bad. I didn't want to do that. And he's like, why'd you do it then?
Right. Then you
didn't have to beat me up for?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I saw that. I saw him actually on another show one time too. Yeah.
No, I forgave Holmes when I heard his side of the story. I was like, God damn, no, man. He should have told them right off the bat, look, I'm not going to do that to this man.
Yeah. Don King. Yeah, and you know, Ali had been in the hospital a few months before the fight. He was already sick, man.
Right.
Melanie Queen 27 in the building. What's up, Melanie Queen?
Salute to everybody in the building.
Yeah, all the regulars poured in. Just Due in here. Coming up at 4 p.m. Yep.
The voice.
Yeah, the voice of the streets. That biased boxing talk. Let's see. What you think about this weekend, old school? The big one. That card came around fast, didn't it? The August 3rd thing? Damn.
Yeah.
It's this weekend. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You think Ryo can beat Pittsburgh? Got a legitimate chance against Pitbull?
Man, I think Pitbull's going to knock him out.
Yeah, because Pitbull don't give you much. Pitbull defense is underrated, man.
It is, and I don't know if Ryo's got to keep him off of it. Let's be honest. I mean, Pitbull's just. I keep calling that dude. What's that guy? What's the little character on Bugs Bunny, the Tasmanian Devil?
Oh yeah. He ain't gonna back up. You gotta back him up. That is
who Pitbull reminds me of.
Yeah.
The Tasmanian Devil.
Tuck that chin in and put that high guard up and coming forward.
Yep, and he ain't stopping until he gets you or you get him.
Wherever you go, you right, Pitbull is right behind you, man. A little bit of Joe Frazier. There was no backup in Joe Frazier, remember?
Well,
that's how Foreman knocked him out so bad them 6 times because Frazier just wouldn't back up, man. That was brutal, too. Remember that
fight. Man, them knockouts, that was, oh, my God.
in 2 rounds, 6 times, man.
I ain't gonna lie, when I heard Ali was gonna fight Foreman at first, I was like, oh no,
I
dude,
know.
stay away from him. Stay away.
Yeah.
Let somebody else
Everybody
take that
was
big dude out.
everybody was like, what is he gonna do? Because Foreman was destroying everybody, remember?
Yeah, he was.
We was like, what the hell is Ali gonna do with that monster, man?
Ali was smart though, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
his boxing IQ was a whole nother level over everybody, and he
I
knew
know.
exactly what he had to do. He had to get the big man tired and then take him apart.
And that's what he did. And he
That's
told him
exactly
what
what
he
he
was
did.
gonna do to him. And he told him before the fight exactly what he was gonna do to him.
Yep.
And he did it. Yeah.
He kept swatting at Foreman just enough to keep Foreman pissed off and coming forward until he got him wore out.
Yeah. And Foreman
Ali was smart, bro.
And he knew Foreman wasn't going that deep in the fight. Foreman was getting everybody out of there early all the time. So,
Right.
he knew his gas tank wasn't going. He wasn't used to going that deep. Yeah, Ali's IQ was just, man, he probably got the best IQ ever, boxing IQ ever. Man. I can't think of anybody as smart as that man in the ring, man. Muhammad. Yeah.
No.
What about Bud Madrimov? I had never seen too much of Madrimov. Have you ever seen him fight anybody?
I watched one of his fights. I'm gonna go back and watch some more, but I don't know, bro. I'm unlike a lot of people. I'm not that convinced about Bud yet.
Really?
If he would have fought the real Spence, because I don't know who the dude was that he fought that night.
True.
That was not Spence.
That's true.
And I said this, and people get mad at me for saying it, but I think all the top 10 at 147 could have destroyed that version of Spence.
Yeah. Something wasn't right.
No.
Did you go back to that Ugas fight, how he just froze, remember?
Yeah.
Fight like that Spence never did no shit like that before, man.
And I said it after the Ugas fight. I said that freeze was a brain glitch. People like, man, you just imagining shit. He's just looking for his teeth, blah, 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 blah. I said, say what you want. I'm going to stick to what I said. That was a brain glitch. Sure enough, he gets in there with Bud and he can't take a punch. Spence, who had been hit by many dudes plenty of times, took plenty punches, could not take a punch in that fight.
I know. I think the first knockdown was a jab, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even that bad, dude. That's what I'm saying. That was not the Spence we were looking at, used to seeing. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Bud. Bud is a talented fighter, but in my opinion, my question mark is, he did not fight that version of Spence.
No, it's clear that wasn't the real Earl. Horace Frank says he think Ryo might clip Pitbull if Pitbull don't respect that left hook.
Man, it's going to be hard to get through Pitbull's defense. And then Pitbull's got no neck at all. Usually guys with no neck can take punches. And we haven't really seen Pitbull hurt.
That hard head, you got, you should
God forbid you hit that little dude in the head, you're going to break your hand.
Serious. Yep. Okay, you ready to about get started old school on Sonny Liston?
Yep.
We'll talk about Sonny Liston. Okay. Let me see a little background on him. He was damn. I just had the thing sitting here all this time and now there we go. Sonny Liston, the Big Bear. Now he was born May 8th, 1932. You got anything on his age? Because his mother said 32, but there's a story that he was born like as early as 1917.
There is nothing on the man's age. People have speculated through the years, how old was he? When he there's a lot of speculation saying when he finally got his actual title fight, he was in his mid to upper 30s.
I know. And by the time he fought Ali, he was in his 40s. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, though, Sonny started out as a farmer's son, a cotton farmer's son at that. His daddy beat the holy hell out of him growing up.
Yeah.
He left home at 13 years old. His daddy, when had a mule that used to pull the plow, when the mule died, he made Sonny pull the plow.
Damn, that's how he got so strong, I guess.
Yeah,
Wow.
bro. That dude was unbelievable strong with his hands. They had to make special gloves for his freaking hands because his hands were huge.
Yeah, they was huge. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, they say he grew up on the farm, and his father always beat him, like you said.
Right.
And he ran away. His mother had already left, and then he went to what was it, St. Louis? He ran
Yeah, I
away
think so, to find his mama.
to find his mother. Yeah. Let me see. There's his hand right there. No, that's not the one. Yeah. I got it blocked.
But yeah, he went to St. Louis, and he started getting in trouble on the streets, and then he
Yeah.
wound up he beating the hell out of the cops and everything else, and
Yeah, he became
wound
a
up
target.
he wound up in prison.
Yeah.
And he met a priest in prison, and the priest taught a boxing program in prison. That's how
Right.
Sonny learned how to box.
That's how he got his start, right?
Yeah.
Prison. Did you hear the story in prison where they was picking on the black inmates, and Sonny said it had to stop, and he went into this part of the jail with like 2 other gang leaders, and Sonny was the only one that walked out.
Wow, I know. I didn't hear about that.
I thought it one time he was in prison. Now, when was he in prison? That was like in the 40s or the early 50s, something like that.
I couldn't find anything on the dates of when he was in, but
Okay.
I know he had to be in his 20s.
Yeah, we think because
Right, we think.
he might have been in the 30s then, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Because I heard a story he was born like 1917. That would make him like about 45 when he fought Ali, you know?
Right.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Wow, that is really crazy. So when he got out of prison, he didn't have too much of an amateur career, though, I don't think.
No.
Most
And
of
then
that was in
when he was in prison and he started, the priest started teaching him.
Yeah.
He picked, and the priest evidently told some of the mob guys about him, because the mob guys, the moment he got out of prison, they were right. In fact, they actually got him released early.
Okay, the mob.
And then started him in a boxing program once he got out, and they started backing his fights, which is how they say Sonny got tied in with the mob.
Right, he became an enforcer for him, right?
Yeah, the guy's name was Ash Resnick.
Okay.
And he was tied in with Ash Resnick, and I forgot what's the other. Hold on, I got it written down.
That was the one running managing his career.
Right. Okay. There was 2 guys actually. What the hell was the other guys? I wrote it down. Give me a second.
Okay. I used to have his name too, but I got some notes way back there somewhere.
Oh Lord, where the hell did I write it?
Yeah, but while he was actually fighting, he was still an enforcer for the mob, going around collecting money for him and stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because he was an imposing guy, man. He was a big guy, and he was mean.
Here you go, Frankie Palermo, and
right, that's him,
and Frankie Carbo
and Palermo, that's them. Yeah, I talked about them last week when I was doing this show on corruption. Yeah, those 2 right there. They was mixed up with the International Boxing Club. That was the one run by the mafia.
Right.
Yeah. Carbo and Palermo. So they ran Sonny's career. They were his
right.
managers. Okay. Yeah. Carbo and Palermo. So he didn't have much of an amateur career. Most of that was done in the prison, right? His amateur fight before he turned pro. Then he turned professional when he came out of prison. Right. I think that same priest helped him, didn't he, to get started? No, the mob jumped right on him too. When they
they jumped on him immediately coming out. In fact, like I said, they were responsible for getting him released early.
Okay. Yeah.
They had their hooks in him before he even got out of jail.
Yeah, they saw the potential in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then he got all mixed up with them. He was mixed up with them for the rest of his life too.
Yeah, and he couldn't shake him. That's when we get to the part where we talk about him and Ali, I have a
Yeah.
feeling that has a lot to do with the way that fight went. That Phantom
Second one?
Punch thing. I think he
Yeah,
wanted.
I think so.
I think he wanted out of the mob, and his only way out of the mob was to make sure he didn't get his hands on that title again.
Yeah. But they say he never complained when he was in prison, though, because that was the first time he really got 3 meals a day, because he grew up
Right.
real poor. Real
Yeah,
poor.
very poor.
Yeah, that was in Missouri. Yeah. And yeah, he didn't have much of. He got out of prison in 1952. Very brief amateur career. Very brief amateur career. Most of what amateur career he did was in prison. Yeah. Yeah, that's Joe said Blink Palermo. Yeah, Blinky. Him and Carbo. Yeah. They were the two that went to prison when the Fed stepped in there in 62 or 63. When Jake LaMotta testified against him, yeah. Yeah, he got out of prison in 1952. Okay.
And there's all rumors that Resnick had a lot to do with him getting killed.
That's another mobster. Yeah, because that was crazy when we get to that. Yeah, that death part. Because he had needle marks and they said he hated needles,
Right, and he had went in the hospital for something, and they did IV on him. And they saying that's how he got the needle marks, because he did not like needles whatsoever. So him committing suicide by needle, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then they said somebody came in after him and cleaned up, but they found a bag of heroin or something on the counter. Now, why would you leave that on the counter if you tried to clean up?
Right.
Yeah.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, they did that. The mafia had the hooks in the police and everybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
there was a cop that they tried to put the blame on. This cop was doing breaking and entering, and he wound up they tried to put the blame on the cop, and then the cop turned it around on some other guy that owed Resnick money and said that he was the one that killed Sonny, actually.
Okay. Resnick?
Yeah, well, Resnick was owed money by Sonny. Then this other guy, I forget his name, he owed Resnick money as well. So in order to squash his debt with Resnick, they say he's the one that killed Sonny.
Oh, I see. Okay, the other guy. To get them off of his back.
Right.
Okay. So he made his professional debut on September 2nd, 1953. Knocked out a guy by the name of Don Smith in the first round. That was in St. Louis. For his first 5 fights in St. Louis. Okay. 6'1", had an exceptionally powerful physique. Okay. And he had a long reach, man, 84 inches. Wow.
Yeah. That dude had some arms, bro.
Yeah, because Lennox Lewis was like 6'6". I did this Friday, and him and Sonny had the same reach, and Lennox Lewis got Sonny by about 5 inches. But they had the exact same reach. That's crazy. Very good left jab, crushing left jab. And he was very intimidating. He was Tyson and Foreman before Tyson and Foreman.
Yeah. Right. Well, like Mike said Sonny would have his opponents, and they didn't even want to get in the ring with him when they saw him.
They would be shaky.
Yep.
Yep. Now, Floyd Patterson, that was his first title. Right. What you got on that, him and Floyd? Because he beat him twice, right?
Yes, sir.
First round, wasn't it?
Cuz Motto did everything he could to keep Floyd away from it.
Yeah.
They tried every damn thing, including bringing up the fact that he was run by 2 mobsters.
Yeah.
That's how bad they did not want to fight the man. I mean, Cuz knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And he put that fight off as long as he could. Sonny went overseas and he fought the German heavyweight champion, and he face planted that dude. I watched that fight. He face planted him in early rounds. I mean, straight on his face, he hit that dude so hard. Then after that, they had no choice but to give him a title shot.
Who was the German heavyweight champion, you know?
No, I don't remember the guy's name. Big blonde-headed, big white blonde-headed dude.
Yeah. Was it Dutch something or something like that? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Would you say he just knocked him out cold, right?
Oh, dude! Like when I say face planted, the first thing to hit the freaking canvas was that man's face.
That was before Floyd, right? Before Floyd
Yeah,
Patterson. They
yeah.
say
After he beat the German guy, which he was the German heavyweight champion, they had no choice but to give Sonny the fight.
with Floyd, then yeah. They say Cuss ruined a couple of guys' careers, man. Wouldn't give them title fights and stuff. Not just Sonny. So people look at
Cus
Cuss.
protected his fighters.
Yeah, a lot of people look at him now because of what he did for Tyson, like some big good figure. But Cuss wasn't on no angel, man. I heard he had a little mob ties too. You ever hear anything like that about Cuss?
No, I haven't researched Cus that much.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something on him eventually too.
Yeah, we'll do something on him.
Yeah. Okay, so he finally got the fight with Floyd though, right?
Yep.
After the German guy, they had to give it to him. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then he knocked him out both times in the first round. And like you say, Cuss knew it. That's why Cuss held Floyd away from him so long, because he knew exactly what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Hey, Lonnie Lee, man, I missed that super chat Friday. I appreciate it. Lonnie sent me a super chat, and my dumbass just missed it. Didn't even say it. And just do it. Put it in the chat that I had a super chat. You can't miss super chats, man. Miss Cass gonna fire me and hire another box store to do this show, man. But appreciate it, Lonnie. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, Lonnie Lee. He said he was just trying to see if my super chat still worked. That's what he put in there Friday, what he said. But appreciate it, Lonnie. Lonnie's in the building. Me and Old School doing a talk little thing about Sonny Liston today, Lonnie. So okay. So we pulling up. So he fought somebody else in between Floyd and Ali's first fight, though, didn't he? Ali wasn't his first title defense, was it? I don't think.
I can't remember. Let
me see if I can find it.
When did he fight Cleveland Williams? Was that before Floyd?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about, Cleveland Williams. I believe he was. I believe Cleveland was earlier in the 50s. He fought Virgil Atkins. Virgil Atkins. I'm trying to see if I can see Cleveland.
I'm gonna tell you, Cleveland was another one that everybody was scared to death of. Cleveland could punch his ass off too. And when that fight was made, people were like, "Oh Lord, this is going to be a barn burner. Somebody's going to sleep."
Him and Sonny, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cleveland never got to fight Floyd, though. Did he? Floyd Patterson?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. A couple of guys that Cuss kept him from getting title shots, man. A couple names. Yeah, Bruce Gas gave me like 3 or 4 names that Cuss kind of messed their careers up for. There's Tim Layton, hashtag JBT. What's up, Tim? Yeah, Old School. I believe Cleveland Williams was before Floyd. And Floyd was what year was Floyd? Do you have that? I'm trying to see how far he was away from Ali. Because the first Ali was 63, right? 1960.
I think so. 62, 63.
Yeah, Cassius Clay then. Because he was a couple years out of the Olympics. Okay, I got it. Cleveland Williams, he fought Cleveland Williams twice. Yeah.
Right.
Before Floyd, right. Roy Harris. Yeah. And right after that is when he had the first Floyd fight.
Yeah, I believe Cuss was keeping Floyd away from fucking Cleveland as well.
Yeah. Yes, he was. Eddie Makins too. That's another one. He didn't want Floyd to fight. Sonny also fought Eddie Makins. Yep. And then I think him and Floyd's fight was delayed because of the something to do with the assassination or something. No, or something like that. Let me see what happened there. Okay. The suspensions was honored in all states. Somebody got suspended for I think it might have been Cuss for his association with racketeers. There it is right there, Cuss D'Amato. Cuss D'Amato associated with racketeers and had his manager's license revoked by the New York State Athletic Commission for alleged misconduct in connection. Custody Amato. Yeah, I knew it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know about his ties to the mob.
Yeah, Cuss wasn't no big time innocent guy. No. I done got on to Ingemar Johansson. Wait a minute, old school. I done got off of my page here. I gotta get back to study. Okay. You ready to talk about Ali? The Ali situation with him?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. He
We passed Floyd. You got anything else on Floyd? Floyd and Sonny?
No, not really.
Okay.
Like I said, Floyd, he didn't have a chance against. He didn't have the power to hurt Sonny Liston for one thing, and Floyd's chin was questionable as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it was. He always had that rap on him about his chin.
Right.
Yeah. But Floyd
he was
had
in a
that
no-win
gazelle
situation.
Punch. Remember that gazelle punch Floyd had though, that left hook where he would jump in?
Yeah. Right.
Called it a gazelle punch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and Floyd's manager knew, Cuss knew that he wasn't no Sonny. Yeah. So now we come up to the Muhammad Ali situation with Sonny Liston. Cassius Clay in the first fight. Past Floyd.
They talked about Sonny quit. What was it, the 5th or 6th round?
In the first fight.
He didn't come out for the 6th, I think it was.
Yeah, 6th round. He retired.
And a lot of people they did an investigation because he was claiming that he had a hurt shoulder.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Somebody said, I was listening to somebody's documentary and they were talking about he received injections in the shoulder or something like that before the fight.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard the same thing. Yeah.
So I don't know. I truly believe Sonny wanted to get away from the mob.
Okay.
And him recapturing the title would have meant they'd have had their hooks into him for a lot longer.
That's true.
So I think he just wanted out.
So you said it had something to do with the fight Ali Liston won.
Another thing about Sonny, when Sonny won the heavyweight championship, and Sonny went home, he was expecting a big old parade, people there to meet him and all kinds of shit after he won, and he had nobody.
That was in Philly, right?
Yeah, nobody showed up.
Yeah, he said he was really hurt by that too.
Yeah, he really was. They said it really took a toll on him, and it makes me kind of wonder: did he slack off on the training and everything else after that, being disappointed? Because you know how boxing, if it gets to you, it can affect you.
Yes, it can. Yeah, the least little thing. And that was in Philly. I think he moved away from there after that too.
Right.
Yeah. That was after the first Patterson fight. Yeah. Now
I think he realized in the first Ali fight that he was getting old, and he knew Ali was much faster than he was. He couldn't even hit the man, you know?
Right. Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah. And you know what about the situation when the stuff got in Ali's eyes? I don't think Sonny put anything into his eyes, man, because they were putting stuff on Sonny's shoulder, and because of his injured shoulder, and Ali probably leaned on his shoulder or something like that, you know. And then they say Angelo Dundee might have wiped it into his eyes because he got on his forehead off Sonny's shoulder. And when Angelo was in the corner wiping his face and everything, he probably wiped it down into his eyes. So I don't think it was any kind of foul play in that. Nah, I really didn't.
Right, but you know how the press and everything else is.
Yeah,
when shit like that happens, they're gonna run with it, and they're gonna make it look a bit worse than it actually is, too.
And with the reputation Sonny already had, you know.
Right.
Yeah. With the rep he already had.
Right.
Yeah. I heard some stuff about that second fight, man. Oh, let me see. Bruce Gas. I did never get it out. Bruce Gas, Cannabis Education and Entertainment TV in the building. And yeah, Sonny defended his title against Floyd in the rematch, right? He lost to Ali in the next fight, right? He fought Floyd twice, won the title, then he defended it, both first round knockouts, then he went to Ali in the next fight. Yep.
Wasn't Sonny off for like a year or something like that before the Ali fight?
Yeah.
Am I right, Bruce?
And I heard that Sonny was really in. They had to postpone the fight. From the original date, and Sonny was really in tip-top shape for that first fight, man. And the postponement kind of hurt Sonny the most because he was really ready for the rematch with Ali.
Right.
And then it got postponed. He kind of lost his edge a little. Yeah, I had heard that from I think it was a guy on Bruce Gass's channel. I can't remember his name. Yeah. And he was really trained good, man, for the rematch. And I forgot what kind of injury Ali had, but Sonny was really crushed when they postponed it from the original date because he was ready, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And did you hear the story about something about the Nation of Islam had his wife and his kid holding them before the second fight? They had something to do with him taking that phantom punch situation.
Yeah, I had heard about that too. There was a lot of freaking conspiracy theories out when that happened. From them kidnapping his wife, and
right.
But his wife never did rebuke it.
No, I know. They probably was scared to say, you know.
Right.
People were serious. They supposed they went to his suite that morning after Sonny had left and said they're gonna be there with him for the day with her and the kid, and you know. What could the man do? They're holding your wife and the kid. I would have thrown the fight too, you know?
Right.
It's just a fight. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've looked at that fight over and over, that punch, and I just don't see how that put that. I've seen Sonny get hit by some monstrous shots from other people and never even buckled him, you know?
Okay, there it is. Joe said Ali had a groin injury. That's why it was postponed. Okay. Thank you, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah. And said Floyd took his disgust with him for the Liston fights in case he lost. Not exactly confident. Yeah. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, we covered that. He was enforcer for the mob. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep, he was the money collector for him.
And you know, I heard first before they went and kidnapped his wife and his child, they had put a gun to his head days earlier and threatened him about the fight. And then they didn't think they got the message across good enough, so then they went to his suite and held his wife and his kid. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if Sonny would have lived and actually got to speak on all of this.
I know. Yeah. They probably had
the mob definitely didn't want that to happen for sure.
No. No. Yeah. And then you know, when I think Sonny had a fight scheduled with somebody, was it George Chavalis? And they found out he had already been dead for a week or something like that. I read that story somewhere. Yeah. I think it was George Chavalis.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
But yeah, Sonny was he was a bad man during his time. Just a sad story, man, you know.
Wasn't it Tex Cobb that Sonny beat the hell out of? Cut it, put like some like 30-something stitches in his head.
I'm not sure. Was Tex Cobb back there? Oh no, that was Chuvalo.
Was it?
I think it was.
I remember listening to an interview with the guy. It was an old guy, and he was like, "Man, that's the hardest I had ever been hit. Before that fight, I didn't think anybody could hit me that hard."
Yeah. It is right there. It is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was George Chuvalo. I'm not sure. I don't know if Tex Cobb was back that far. Chuck Webner, thank you, Joe.
Chuck Webner, that's who I was thinking of, not Tex Cobb, damn it.
Yeah. See, we got
my mind. That's what happens when you get old. You forget things.
Yeah, but Joe and Bruce Gaston, they got us covered. Yeah, Chuck Webber. I just read that this morning. Yeah, Chuck Webber. That's Chuck right there. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I saw an interview with him, and he was talking about how hard Sonny punched. You know,
yeah.
He said out of all his fights, he had never been hit that hard before.
Yeah, and Sonny cut him up bad too, man. That was brutal. Yeah.
It broke his eye socket, broke his nose. Yeah, he fucked him up real good.
Yes, he did. Yeah. And you know, after that first fight, when they called it, the judges had to fight even. When Sonny didn't come out, answer the bell.
Right.
The fight was actually even at that point.
Wow.
I thought Ali was winning, would have been winning, but they said the fight was even, man. Wow. That's crazy, ain't it?
I don't know how, because when I watched, I mean, the most Sonny landed was body shots. He couldn't hit Ali in the head. Everything he threw at Ali's head missed.
I don't know how that was possible either. It says at that point, Sonny didn't answer the bell. At that point, the fight was scored as even on the official scorecard. Now, you know the fix was in for that. Wow.
Oh, yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, but no way that fight was even, man. But he was supposedly had a torn, damn, I just looked at it. His official injury was he had a torn tendon in his left shoulder. Yeah. David Remnick, I can't think of the guy that Bruce had. I got a lot of information from him about Sonny. I can't remember his name. Yeah,
Who's that?
A whole bunch of stuff. This guy that was on Bruce Gass's channel one time, I think he had written a book or something about Sonny. Man, he was. I learned a lot from that, man. From listening to that.
I've watched a couple of documentaries on Sonny. Sonny was really interesting to me.
Yeah, kind of sad too, you know.
It was too.
Joe said Sonny loved kids.
Yeah, I saw videos of him, like he was holding this little white girl up, and the little white girl, he kissed the little white girl, and he's laughing and everything while he's holding her. They said Sonny was great with kids. He just didn't like grown-ups because he didn't trust them.
I heard that about kids somewhere too, old school, that he was really good with kids. Aunt McQueen in the building. Salute, Aunt. Yeah, I heard that somewhere too, that he was really good with kids.
Yeah.
You said he just didn't like the grown-ups, right?
Right. He didn't trust grown-ups.
Yeah. Yeah, it was real sad though, the way his life ended, man. How old was he? Do you know? He couldn't have been. Well, we don't know because of those birthdays.
Who knows?
Who knows? That's right. Who knows? You know, I heard somebody say he was born like in the teens, which would have made him in his 40s when he fought Ali both times, man. You know?
Right.
So, wow. His mother said 1932.
Sonny didn't have an education. The most he could do was write his name, from what I heard, and he didn't talk much about. I mean, he talked about what he went through growing up, but he never did answer questions about his age or anything.
Yeah. And you said his father used to beat him, and
he had marks on it. From what I heard, he had marks on his back and everything else from his father's beatings.
I see why he was so strong. If the mules couldn't pull the plow, his father had him pulling it. Damn.
Yeah. The mule died, so the father put Sonny out there pulling the freaking plow. Can you, at 13 years old, think about that.
Yeah, man, my father would have had to throw hands.
Oh, yeah.
Plow, man. Shit. That's one time. I'd be like, I'm sorry, Dad. We're going to have to throw down. Man. But I ain't pulling no damn plow. Wow. But that's why he was strong and shit, though, you know. Yeah.
I mean, Sonny was what? In a family of 25 kids.
25, yeah.
Sonny was the one doing all the work, taking care of the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when he left, he went to find his mother. How old was he? I think he wasn't that, like, what, 13 or something then? He wasn't that old?
Yeah, he left home at 13. That's when he ran away.
Yeah, found his mother. He was in Missouri. Yeah. That's where he went to prison at, in Missouri.
Yeah, he started getting mixed up with the street gangs, and
Yeah,
you know,
and the
he
police.
started stealing. But they said he was robbing restaurants and gas stations. And
And one
then it didn't.
officer was
Right, and then
supposed.
it didn't help. He started beating up cops. That didn't help
Yeah,
him a bit.
and one. I think the police told him it'd be best if he left town because he's gonna find he's not gonna live too much longer if he stayed out there. I think it was in
Right,
Missouri, right?
he literally broke one cop's leg,
Yeah,
took his
took his
gun,
yeah took his gun. I heard that story. Yep.
and took something else and left the man.
Yeah, 25 children. Wow, that's a lot. And that's what he said. He never complained about prison because he said that was the first time he had ever had 3 meals in a day in his life in
Right.
prison. So he never complained. Yeah, Sonny
Yeah,
Liston.
that's sad when your best eating days was in prison.
Prison, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But
And especially when you think about the food that was served in prison.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point there, old school. Yeah.
And how bad could things have been when your best food came from prison, dude?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, and that Ali Liston too is one of the shortest heavyweight fights in history too. And many people in the crowd they hadn't even settled in their seats yet when the fight
Right.
was stopped. I think.
Yeah, like I said, I just think Sonny wanted out, bro. I think he got
Yeah.
enough of the mob taking his money. Think about it. He probably was only getting a small percentage of whatever he made.
Anyway,
They were taking the rest.
yeah. And the bad thing, he never got away from them though.
Right. And then they got him hooked on the heroin, and that ended him right there.
Mm. What you got on his death? You got any kind of story around that situation? Old school when he what was it, 1970, right? I think.
Let's see. It was, I think, late 70s or something like that.
I think it was 1970, somewhere around in there. I think it was early about 70.
Let's see. I wrote down a bunch of crap.
I had it written down too.
Sonny, there was a jazz musician. What the hell was his name? Robert Chednick, also known as Red Rodney.
Mm.
That's who he dealt the heroin for.
Okay.
And let's see.
1971, yeah. So he was selling heroin for this musician.
Right. A jazz musician.
Okay.
So that's where the heroin part came into his life.
Joe Lewis. Damn. Joe said he read that Sonny and Joe Lewis used to shoot up together. Wow.
Wow. I didn't know that.
No, me neither. Okay, Joe says December 1970. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was in the early 70s. Yeah, I heard that, Al Booker. That he was terrified of needles. Yeah. So no way he would yeah.
That's what I said earlier.
Right. Yeah.
Like they said that he had went in the hospital, he got sick or something. And they had to give him an IV to put fluids back in him or something like that.
That's where those needle marks came from.
Right. That's where the needle marks came from.
Yeah.
And then when they find him, they find the bag of dope,
Yeah. Right.
And they automatically make it a suicide.
And they tried to claim somebody tried to come in and clean up, a family member or something, but left a whole bag of heroin on the counter.
Right.
So
who's going to leave that there if you're trying to clean up?
That would be the first thing you grab, wouldn't it?
Right. Trying to keep that from anybody finding out about the man,
right.
you know?
Exactly, yeah. So, that was BS. Right?
That was left there on purpose. Bet your ass on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet, in his autopsy, I heard that the amount of heroin that was in his system was very small.
Yeah.
So how the hell did that kill him?
Wasn't enough to OD off anyway.
Right.
Yeah. It was a setup.
Yeah, it was a setup.
And so you said it was a guy that owed the mafia money. That's how he repaid him. But he took
Right.
Sonny out. Okay. Yeah, I never knew that story, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like I said, there was a cop, and this cop was known in the area, and the cop had gotten caught breaking into people's houses.
Right.
The guy wound up losing his job or something.
Okay.
And he got the blame originally for it, said that he owed the mob money or something like that. But when it came out and they interviewed the cop turned around and said, no, it wasn't me. Okay. And that's when he went on and he talked about this other guy who did owe the mob money, or owed Resnick money.
Right.
And Resnick told him, you kill Sonny, the debt is squashed.
Because, by that time, Palermo and Carbo, they were in prison. They went to prison in the early 60s.
Right.
Jake LaMotta and Carmen Basilio testimony put them away. But the guy Resnick, he was still out there. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he was probably the one running Sonny's career by that point. Yeah. Exactly, Joe.
I couldn't ever find out whatever happened to Resnick afterwards,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he probably passed away now, but you mean right after all that situation right there?
Right, because I thought they would have went after him, after what the cop said, but I couldn't find anything on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find something on Resnick, because that's interesting, man. Yeah. Yeah, but exactly, Joe. They said his wife...
Oh, yeah, his wife found him.
He would have took the bag of heroin and hit it or threw it away or something when she got it out of there. She wouldn't have left a big bag of heroin sitting on the counter. That's crazy. His wife's name was Geraldine. Wow. That was my mother's name. There's Geraldine. No. Oh, there's Geraldine and Sonny right there.
Yep.
The biggest hand is. It's kind of hidden, but wow, look at that, man. Man, it's almost bigger than her head. And man,
I saw that. I saw they had a guy. They had a picture of Sonny and this white man, and the white man's holding his hand up, and Sonny's holding his hand up. And I swear to God, that Sonny's hand looked twice the size of the white man.
Damn! I wish I could have found that one. Yeah, that's crazy though. And like I say, sad, man, because Sonny was a good fighter, man, and he just got mixed up with that mob like immediately in his career. As soon as it began, like by the time he started his professional career, he was already mixed up with them, right?
Yeah,
he didn't have a chance, man.
Coming right out of prison, he was stuck.
Yeah. And
because if they went out of their way to get him out early, he was automatically in debt to them.
Oh yeah, they got him.
Yeah.
Once they do anything for you, that's it.
Yep.
You did. But I don't wonder why, because the priest got him started in prison, right?
Right.
It would have been okay if he would have hung in there with the priest, But I guess the mob was more attractive and stuff,
I wonder why the priest didn't get him lined up with somebody better.
I know, that's what I was trying to the line I was thinking,
Yeah.
But the money and everything, the mob had the money to back him and all that kind of stuff. So
the other thing I can think of is unless the priest had ties to the mob as well.
Damn, it would be something if he was the one that introduced them to them. I thought that. But yeah, his last fight was Chuck Webner. That fight we was talking about, that was in 1970. That was
a brutal fight.
Yeah, man.
Wasn't he on a 4-5 fight winning streak going into that?
I think he was, yeah. After the second Ali fight, he let me see if I can find it. Yeah, he had a few fights where he did. Him and Foreman sparred too. Foreman said Sonny was the only man that ever made him back up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, he was helping Foreman when Foreman was young.
Yeah, he sure was. Yep. And Chuck Webner said he was an intimidator until he fought Sonny. He said after he
Yeah,
fought, he
exactly.
wasn't intimidated anymore after
He
that.
said he was intimidating everybody, and then he got in there
Right.
with Sonny, and that was a wrap.
That changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He helped Foreman out a lot when George was young coming up. Yeah, and when he sparred, that's when George said Sonny was the only man to make him back up.
Well, George said that Sonny used to fucking give him advice all the time. Do the right thing with this, do the right thing with that, trying to make sure he steered Foreman in the right direction. Unlike what
Right.
happened with him.
Didn't end up like him exactly.
Right.
Yeah, there they go right there. Sonny and young George.
Yeah, Sonny had a good heart, man, but the media tried to
I know.
make him out to be this monster and this villain and everything else,
Yeah.
and he just wasn't that in real life.
No, he wasn't. They really misportrayed him bad, man. And he got mixed up with that bad group early, man, and could never
Right.
get away
Sonny
from
was
it.
basically a victim of his own circumstances.
Yeah, exactly, man. And he paid for it in the end.
Right.
Yeah, old school. He won 7 fights. He had a 7-fight winning streak.
Yeah, I knew he was on a win
Yeah.
streak before.
After that Ali fight, he went on a 7-fight winning streak. Yeah. So he was going pretty good. Because he had just fought before that year, just before he died and everything. So
They say he was trying to work his way back up to another title shot.
yeah. I just wonder how old he really was, man.
So do I.
He was born like 1917, 1918 or something.
I know when you look at the man in the face, the man looks like he's in his 50s.
Yeah. But, he had a rough life, too, in prison.
Yeah.
And dealing with that mob and everything. And then he took all those beatings from his father when he was young. He had a rough upbringing,
Yep,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Pulling the plow,
That's unbelievable.
Take the place of the mule. I wouldn't have did that, man.
No, I wonder that's how the man became so damn cockstrong.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
When you go through things like that in life, man, you ain't got no choice but to be strong.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, everything.
Mentally, that's right, and physical. Yeah. Leotis Martin. Okay. Joe said he had a loss just before Wepner. Leotis Martin. Joe usually be pretty up on the history too. Terrell Cameron in the building. So he went on a streak after Ali too, and then Joe said he had a loss just before the Wepner fight. What's up, Terrell Cameron? In the building. Terrell is back. Terrell was here Friday for that profile that we had. What else? You got anything else on Sonny Old School?
No, I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay. We can I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody else want to chop up and we can talk about some stuff some of these fights coming up or But yeah, appreciate you, Old School.
No problem. I don't mind. I like doing the old stuff, man.
Yeah, me too. I love history. And I love boxing, so boxing history. I'm gonna drop this link if anybody want to join us, because we got that big August 3rd card, man. It's here. I can't believe it's here. I remember when they first started talking about putting that card together. Remember? And now.
So who's all on the card now?
Bud is fighting Madrimov, and Pitbull is fighting Rayo, and I know
Andy Ruiz,
Big Baby, the original Big Baby, Miller.
Right.
I thought Jared Anderson, the other Big Baby, was on there too, but I looked at it this morning. He wasn't on there.
I could have sworn I heard that too.
Yeah, he was at one time. I don't know what happened. But David Morrell, I forgot who he's fighting, and Andy Cruz is fighting Antonio Moran on this card. Yeah, so that's going to be a pretty good card.
Too bad Miss Dewey in the building. I like to yell out, Andy Cruz.
Who? Oh, Miss Dew. She might just listening. Just always checking. He be listening.
Yeah, I like messing with Miss Dew when it comes to Keyshawn.
Yeah. They got to fight eventually, man, because
Yeah, they got to.
we got a history, and that'll be a big money fight. They can both keep
I
winning,
think it will. I think if
Yeah,
they let it build for another year or
right.
two, let Andy get some victories under his belt, and then
That would,
stick them in the ring together. I guarantee you. Well, everybody knows the history of how Andy Cruz beat up on Keyshawn.
yeah.
I think the fight will be an automatic sell.
I would lean Keyshawn right now. If they fought right now, I would
I
have to
don't
lean
know. With the
Keyshawn.
pressure Cruz brings, that dude can fight.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I ain't taking nothing away from it. It would be a tough fight. But I
I,
think
th- I,
Keyshawn has grown since he been in the pros, man. That ain't the same Keyshawn that Andy beat 4 times.
right.
Yeah,
I think Andy's growing as well. I
yeah,
mean, look who he
for
traded
sure,
with.
for
He's
sure. Yeah,
trading with Posey, isn't he?
that was a beautiful choice he made there, man. I was happy for him when I heard that. That he was with Posey. Yeah,
Yep. And Posey's going to have him right.
yes, he will. Yeah,
That's why I think the fight between Cruz and Keyshawn, that's going to be a barn burner of a fight.
yes, it will. Hmm. A very big fight too. If all you got to do is just both keep winning.
The way Keyshawn has to win that fight is he's got to pick Cruz apart, keep him at distance, and try and outbox him.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's going to knock him out. I think he's just got to outbox him from a distance. If he gets in close, he's going to fight. We'll end up fighting Cruz's fight. That ain't going
Yeah,
to be no good for him.
yeah, I think that one would go to distance. Yeah, go to 12 round. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll go 12. Who gets the decision, we'll have to see.
Yeah, it'd be a good fight though. A
Yeah,
good fight.
definitely.
How soon you think? Like another year? 25? Early
I would
26?
let Cruz get a few victories under his belt before I do it. That way
Yeah,
the fight builds a little more. Then have them keep mouthing off back and forth at each other for about
I
another
know.
year or two, and then let
Yeah,
it happen.
because they starting to try to step Andy up. He's going there against Antonio Moran. He's a proven veteran.
All
He
right.
went back down to pro box and earned his way back up. And Antonio Moran did. Yeah. So that'll be a good test for Andy tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Saturday. But I could have sworn I saw that Jared Anderson on that card, man. You say you saw him on that?
That's what I thought I heard about a month or two ago.
Because I was saying both big babies. I said that's the first time they've been on the same card that I could remember. But I looked at it
All
this
right, so
morning.
who you
He
got
wasn't
over?
on there.
Who you got with Andy Ruiz and Big Baby Miller?
Andy Ruiz. I think
I
Andy
think
Ruiz.
so. I think Andy Ruiz outboxes him.
Yeah.
Depends though. Now, if Big Baby actually comes into this fight in shape,
Yeah.
he could win it.
But that's the thing. I don't think he's so damn big, man.
I know.
But
I have never seen anybody with the goddamn energy for a big dude like that dude
Like
has.
Yeah. It should be
For
a
a
good
big
fight.
man, that dude's got a ton of energy.
Yeah. I think Andy will edge it out though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his boxing technique will take over.
Get it.
I think he wins the second half of the fight and it
Mhm.
goes to the scorecards.
That's the co-main too.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just sorry that Virgil and Tim Zoo got scratched, man. That probably would have been a stolen card, that fight.
That would have been a nice fight.
I think that was the co-main too.
That would have been a slugfest.
But I think Virgil is fighting somebody the following week on the 10th. Yeah.
And actually, I would have picked Virgil over
Virgil?
yeah.
I can't call
I
it.
think he would have beat him. I think Zoo brings a lot to the table, but I think Virgil could actually put him down.
Ooh, you think it would have stopped him?
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know. But Virgil is fighting next week, yeah. That's the good thing about it. He got another opponent,
Who's he fighting?
I can't even remember. I'll tell you in a minute. And Abdullah Mason coming back soon in a couple weeks too. I love to see Abdullah fight, man.
That dude can fight too.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of nice youngsters coming up.
Yeah.
Just like Jaleel, man. That dude there, I call him the body snatcher.
Yeah. Abdullah got that killer instinct, man. He's a killer. He gets you hurt, that's it. That's a wrap. You don't never get off the hook. When Abdullah gets you in trouble, man, you usually go out of there. That's usually it. I love that, man. Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I want to see Bud fight Boots.
I know. I don't think we're gonna see that though.
To me,
Nope.
that's the fight that will cement Bud for me. If he can beat Boots, then I'll have no choice but to say Bud is that great. But you know what? I think Boots beats Bud.
You think so?
Yeah.
Decision?
No, I think he knocks Bud out or stops him. Yeah.
I don't know. I would say if they fought right now, I would give it to Bud. But like a year from now, then I got Boots beaten with a little bit more seasoning. But I don't know. That's a hard one to call, man, because they so similar,
Right. Well, for me, Bud only switches
he slowed down
when necessary.
Yeah.
Boots is a natural at it.
Natural, yeah. Bud used to be like that, but he done slowed down on switches. He mainly a southpaw now, Bud is, Yeah. But yeah, Boots can switch it smoothly, man.
But yeah, that's the fight I want to see. That is a great fight, and I believe they slug it out.
Yeah.
But I just got this feeling that Boots might stop him.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get it. Bud wants the Canelo fight.
I think Bud sees the writing on the wall with Boots. I think Bud knows that's going to be the hardest fight of his career if he fights him.
Yeah.
Because Bud ain't stupid. Bud knows what he's looking at. And if he's watched Boots in the ring, he knows damn good and well that kid can fight.
He's been around a long time. Bud has, yeah. And he, now suppose he get the Canelo fight, you think he would come back down and fight Boots?
I don't think he's getting a Canelo fight. I think that's a squash.
Yeah.
I keep telling everybody, look, Canelo said it before, and it makes sense. He gets nothing by fighting Bud. Nothing. If he wins, he was supposed to win. It's a smaller guy. If he loses, he loses part of his legacy.
I'm serious.
So why would he take the chance on fighting Bud? I don't think he will.
Yep. Lose for Canelo, win for Bud. If Bud loses, he don't lose nothing. They're gonna just say he went up there to all those weight classes and fought a good fight, yeah. But Canelo loses, woo.
Right. And that's why I don't think it'll happen, because Canelo knows, look, I get nothing if I beat the kid. You know?
Get a lot of money.
Yeah, but you know how Canelo is.
Yeah.
Canelo's looking at things where he wants to be this Mr. Great when he retires. And if he loses to Bud,
yeah, that's going.
That kind of throws a wrench in his legacy.
That's gonna hurt it bad, man. Yeah.
So I don't think he will fight Bud. I just don't. I'd be truly blown away if he takes that fight.
He should go on.
I think you got a better chance of seeing Benavidez and Canelo than you do a Bud and Canelo.
Yeah. It would hurt his legacy as much if he loses to Benavidez, Canelo.
Right.
And I wouldn't mind seeing Bud and Earl again at 154. I want to see that fight again, man. Bud and Earl.
Right.
Depending on what
I don't know, man. Earl's got to show me something, bro. I think.
Yeah.
Earl's got to show me something. I think that wreck did a lot more damage than he let on. Yeah. And I've been hearing strange things. Like about a month ago, I heard he was in Philadelphia, not with Bozy or anybody, but in somebody else's gym. And I heard he got in the ring to spar, and he was getting beat up on by guys he should easily beat up on.
Damn.
Yeah. Right when that happened, that's when Errol came out about a week so later and said, yeah, this might be my last fight.
Hey,
talking about Fundora.
If it's like that, Fundora was going to expose it, man. Because Maduro
Right.
can punch, man, and he liked to fight inside too. So yeah, wow.
Yeah, I
So
think
we'll
that
find
that
out.
wrecked it. I think that wrecked it a lot more damage than he's letting on, and I think he keeps that to himself.
And as time went past, the damage could have got worse. Things he
Right.
got worse. His condition probably got worse from it.
Right.
It didn't look that bad in that wasn't the Danny Garcia the first fight after the wreck.
Well,
What did he
Danny
say?
didn't push him. Look, when I watched that fight, I said right
Yeah.
after, it looked like Danny showed up for a paycheck.
Oh, okay. Made him look good.
Right. I really believe Danny
Mm.
just showed up for a paycheck. I don't think Danny even put out a good effort. I think Danny was just there for the check. That's all.
You might be right because I think what has Danny fought like one time since then when he fought
Right.
Benavidez's brother, right?
Right.
So you're probably right about that, yeah. Because he fought one more time and haven't been back in there again since.
Right. And Ugas, let's face it, if Ugas would have had power, he probably would have dropped Errol a few times.
Yeah, especially when he's looking down for his mouthpiece.
Right.
I don't buy that, man. You just leave that mouthpiece and that teeth down there on the floor and keep fighting, man. Protect yourself at all times. Suppose that would have
That's
been
why.
better.
That's why I said I think that was a brain glitch. I
Yeah,
truly believe that the look on his face, like I don't know, he looked zombie at that point.
yeah.
And then when Ugas turned around and cracked him after that, he went into the ropes. It's like Errol woke up and
He
started
woke him
fighting.
up. Yep, he
Right.
came off the ropes fighting. It woke him up. Yep. Something wasn't right. But like I said, he probably, whatever damage probably just got worse over time. Because he didn't look bad at first in his fights. He fought Danny. Who else did he fight after? Did he fight somebody in between Danny and Ugas or no? No, because the Pacquiao fight got canceled. No, Sean Porter. No, that was before the wreck, right?
No, that was before.
Yeah.
Well, I had also heard
Before
when he got the rib injury before the Bud fight, I heard he was looking bad in sparring there too.
Mm,
And that's why he wound up getting a rib injury.
yeah, and spawned, yep. And plus, Bud had went out and got a fight too. Remember, he fought Ebenezer,
Right.
and Earl didn't fight anybody. And today is the anniversary of that fight, July 29th. It was Saturday, July 29th, 2023. Yep. And Cool Boy and Monster was the 26th. Somebody said Cool Boy had a fight coming up, but I can't find nothing on it. Did you hear anything about that?
No, I haven't heard anything about Cool Boy lately.
Me neither, man. I wish he would get back in there. He
It's like
took a bad loss.
ever since that monster KO, he's been on the. I haven't heard a word.
I mean, he took a bad loss, but the loss don't define you. It's what you do after it.
Right.
He ain't doing shit, man. I mean,
Right, you know how these young fighters are these days. Now, if a guy gets lost, the freaking YouTube press want to take him completely out. Oh, they washed.
They trash. Never was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's
absolutely
crazy.
Ridiculous. Imagine Ali after the Frazier fight. If somebody says, "Oh man, he's trash. He needs to retire."
Yeah. Yep.
And
he came back and won the title. Remember?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all of the old guys in the past that lost fights and then came back and won titles.
Nobody had O's in the 70s. None of them guys. Even the great Roberto Duran lost.
Right. And they still kept fighting and winning.
Kept fighting, getting the titles back. He lost to one man in the 70s, but he came back and beat him twice and took his title back.
Man, a big part of today's problem is these guys do not fight enough.
I know. Once every year, once every 2 years. That's crazy.
The reason why the old guys were so skilled and looked so good is because they fought constantly. They were constantly taking fights, one after another, after another, after another. And that made them what they were.
They stayed ready.
Right.
You went to camp. You didn't go to camp and had to spend all these weeks losing weight. You went to camp and started preparing for the fight because you were already at your optimum weight when you went into camp. You didn't have to lose that much weight and all that stuff. You spent most of your time preparing for the fight. I heard
Right,
Tommy
you
Hearn
didn't see
say
them
that the
guys
other day.
blowing up 40 pounds over fucking weight either.
Yeah, I heard Tommy Hearn say that the other day. He said if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know.
Right.
I forgot what
I
he was
think the
on.
only one that blew up a lot in between fights was Durant,
West
actually.
Duran, yeah, Roberto partied, man.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But he was pretty disciplined through the 70s. It was like late when he got to that Four Kings situation when he started, you know, especially after that first Sugar Ray fight.
Right.
Because through the 70s, he was 71-1, man. He had 72 fights and only lost one. But later in the 70s, that's when he started partying and carrying on, man. And they said he was like damn near 200, and he had to get back down to fight Sugar Ray at 147, man.
Man,
That's why
Roberto was a
Sugar Ray,
monster in the ring.
and that's why Sugar Ray wanted the rematch right away, because he heard Roberto had partied and gained all that weight, and he knew he wasn't going to be in tip-top shape for that fight. And he got
That
the
could be
immediate
true.
rematch. Got the immediate rematch, man. Yeah. And yeah, that's what happened with that. Yeah.
Everybody tries to compare the old school to the fucking fighters today. Bro, let me tell you something. These guys today, if they had to fight some of them old guys in their prime, they wouldn't last five
No,
rounds with them.
because prime versus prime, they wouldn't be in the condition to deal with them guys, man.
Hell no, not even close.
No, them guys would run circles around it.
Yep,
They
and they don't
stayed,
fight enough.
yeah, yeah, and they was always ready to fight. You know,
I
somebody
mean, them
called.
old guys, what they probably fought anywhere from 3 to 6 times a year.
Yeah, Buddy McGurk said he took a fight on 10 days' notice one time, because he said he
Yep.
stayed in the gym and he was always ready to fight when that call came. He said, "Yeah, I'm already in fight
Absolutely.
shape." You know, I just spend
Absolutely.
this week getting ready for my opponent, but as far as getting down and weight, I'm already on weight. I stay on weight, you know, and that's how they did it.
Absolutely.
That's why it wouldn't be no comparison with these guys. The conditioning would kill them, man. You got some guys now, like a Bud and a Tank, because Tank was on weight like months before, you know, the
Now,
fight was.
Tank might have a shot. Bud probably have a shot.
Yeah. Monster. I would say Monster. Yeah. Bam. A few of them.
Yeah, but it's very few.
Yeah. That's right. That's true. Yeah.
See, the heavyweights we got today, they wouldn't stand a chance.
No, man. No way. Tyson Fury get in there some big 280, 300 pounds if he want to. Those guys back then would run circles around him, man, pick him apart.
Man, somebody like Ali would have danced on Fury.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He would have washed him.
Yeah, it
No,
wouldn't
no,
even been close.
No, not even close. And Fury get too close, he would get pieced up. Every time he got
Yep.
too close, Ali was fast, man.
Yeah, he was.
Ali hit you 4 or 5 times going backwards. You know?
Imagine prime George Foreman versus Fury. He would have slaughtered Fury.
Early stoppage.
Yep.
Because George could punch, man. George had that one hitter quitter type power, man. Where the fight be
George
going
was a
along and
monster.
all of a sudden it's over. That's why I was scared for Ali when he fought in, what was it, 74? Because George was destroying everybody, man. And we
Yeah, he was.
What the hell is Ali gonna do with this monster, man?
Man, after he destroyed Frazier, I was like, oh no, stay away.
6 knockdowns in 2 rounds, man. Got him out of there the second round.
Man, and Ali, you saw what Ali went through with Frazier. I was like, oh my God, don't do it. And man, he got in the ring and he showed Foreman, bro.
Yeah, Frazier dropped Ali. And he told Foreman what he was going to do to him. Yep. He told Foreman how wide his punches was, and he said, you fight like a zombie, like you sleepwalking. Told him all that, man. Yeah.
Man, Ali was the ultimate trash talker, bro. He used to crack me up.
Mm-hmm. And he kept whispering in Foreman's ear during the fight, and Foreman was pissed off, man. He just took him totally out of his game, man. Foreman was trying to take his head off in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. I think it was it was an old interview with Foreman. Foreman, after the fight, he was like, "Man, that man had me so mad."
This
He said,
D1.
but after the fight, he said, "I'm not gonna lie." He said, "I was actually scared to get back in the ring with Ali after that. I didn't want to fight him."
Oh yeah. The link
Yeah.
is in the chat somewhere. Let me put it in there again. What's up, D1? The other half of the Angry White Men podcast is in here.
D1, my angry brother.
Yeah. Now, what was you saying, old school, just now?
I was saying in an interview, I remember Foreman saying I was actually worried about even trying to fight him for a rematch. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were scared for Ali though, man, because like we said, Foreman he wasn't just beating, he was destroying people, man. And,
yeah, he was.
I said, what the hell is Ali gonna do with this monster, man? But he had something for him. That's why I say Prime Ali would beat Prime Tyson, because Ali had something for everybody, man.
Even Tyson knew that.
Like you were saying at the beginning, the IQ, man. Ali was just so smart, man.
I remember when they asked Mike Tyson what he thought if he ever fought Ali, prime for prime, and he's like, "Man, that man would have beat me."
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Tyson knows. He knows. I'm trying to put this link.
Yeah, no matter what anybody says, man, Muhammad Ali's boxing IQ was on a whole different level over everybody.
Yeah. Off the charts.
That was the smartest dude in the ring. And he wasn't a dominant puncher, but he would fuck you up.
Yeah. And this big, he weighing like 220, 225, moving around the ring like a welterweight, man.
Yeah.
Moving like Floyd and Sugar Ray. This big ass man,
Like the old saying says, I'm gonna hit you so many times with this right, you'll be begging me for that left.
If he would have never had that 3-year break in his career, he probably would have never been beaten. Frazier wouldn't have dealt with him. No way Frazier would have dealt with him.
No.
3 best years of his career, man, right in the middle,
Yeah, they screwed that up.
Prime, man, yeah. He probably would never been beaten.
Right.
Yeah. But he did come back.
All over religion, bro. Think about that.
I know. Yeah.
They would not accept the man's religion.
Yeah. They didn't want the Muslim heavyweight champion. Yeah. And as much as he was loved at the end of his life, he was hated back around that time, man. Yeah. He was disliked by the people that didn't, but he had a lot of people that supported him, but the people that didn't support him, man, they couldn't stand Ali, man.
See, my dad's favorite fighter was Rocky,
Marciano? Yeah, that's one of mine too, yeah.
And my dad used to say about Ali, he's like, do I think he should have went into service? Yeah. He said, because I fought in World War II. He said, but do I understand why he didn't? He says, I absolutely do. So my dad was really neutral when it came to Ali. And my dad, as much as he loved Marciano, my dad said Ali's skill level was just totally unbelievable. My dad loved the way he fought.
Yeah. Rocky was just kind of like a big pit bull, man, just coming forward, no backup in him.
Right.
He had that high guard, that defense. It was hard to hurt him, man, He was just,
and Marciano, he don't get as much credit as he deserves, because a lot of the guys he fought with at the end of their career,
Yeah, that's true. That's
and
very true.
There wasn't anybody dominant like he was in his time.
That era. That era he fought in. It was just that era,
Right. So he didn't get the credit he should have gotten.
Yeah. He should have been like about 5 years later, he would have been right there with Liston and Ali and all of them.
Right.
He came right before them, Right before them.
Tell you what, a prime Liston versus a prime Marciano would have been a hell of a fucking fight.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. 2 dogs, man. That would have been a battle. No backup in neither one of them.
Neither one of them.
Yeah.
That would have been a monstrous fight, and they'd
That
have
would have
beat the
been
holy hell out of each other.
brutal and bloody. Yeah, that would have
Oh
been.
yeah,
Yeah, I would probably have watched that like 100 times over by now.
oh yeah, for sure.
They didn't miss each other by much because Marciano retired in '56, and I think when did Liston start? Like the '52 or something like that. Yeah, Rocky was just like 4 or 5 years ahead of them. To be, if he would have been in his prime like 4 or 5 years later, he would have went up against all of them. But yeah, did you see that show I did last week? I think it was Tuesday. I did a Prime versus Prime Dream Fight show. Yeah.
No, I worked my butt off last week. I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie. I didn't get the chance to see hardly shit last week or the week before.
The fight out of all of them that I would have wanted to see the most would have been Tommy Hearns versus James Lights Out Tony.
That would have been a good fight.
Yeah, that would have been a battle there, man. Yeah, both out of Detroit. Yeah, they was on some show together, sir. It was an old show. It was Tony Hearns, Zab Judah, and Buddy McGirt. Some guy was interviewing all of them. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was like 2 years old. I watch a lot of old stuff. I like history there.
I'll tell you what fight would have been a lot better is if you'd have had Marvin Hagler, Prime versus Prime Sugar Ray Leonard. But
Yeah,
Sugar Ray was pretty much at the end of his damn career by that time.
yeah, and yeah, because he retired when they was going to fight at first. Remember, it's supposed
Right,
to have been like 4 years earlier,
right,
or two, at least three. But that's when he had got that Hearns had detached that retina. Remember?
right,
Yeah, Hearns did that, and then Sugar Ray retired, and then he saw Hagler fight. I think it was John the Beast Mugabe. Sugar Ray was
right.
commentating, and that's what made it think because Hagler had slowed down some, and the Beast was giving him trouble, and that's when Sugar Ray felt he could get back in there and beat Hagler. Yeah, but I told you about the duck. Did I ever tell you the story about the duck? Now this is a duck, old school.
Go
After
ahead.
Sugar Ray and Hagler fought, Sugar Ray retired, right?
Right.
Again, Hagler stayed around 15 months trying to get the rematch. After 15 months, Hagler gave up and retired. Guess what? 1 month later, Sugar Ray came out of retirement. Now, isn't that a duck? That's a duck, man. Textbook duck.
Yeah.
He should have waited at least 6 months. He came back 1 month after Hagler retired. Hagler
Sugar
should have
Ray
came
wasn't
back.
stupid. I don't think he wanted another fight with that dude at all.
Yeah, he been in there 15 rounds with him. He knew, But
Right.
Hagler should have came back the next month. Sugar Ray
Tell you
probably
what,
was
see these fighters today, they couldn't do 15 rounds, bro.
no way.
Not even close.
Mm-mm. Everybody smashing on the like button. Yeah.
So I'm hearing Jamel and Jamal are back in the gym talking about coming back now.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Yeah, both of them. I heard. Both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope, and I really hope. I want to see him get a few fights in first, though. But I really want to see Jamel and Bud.
Yeah. I want to see Jamel, and I still want to see Jamel and Tim Zoo.
That is another good fight.
That's the one I wanted before he went up there and fought Canelo because Zoo was his mandatory. That's when they stripped Mel, remember? And
Right.
gave it to Zoo. He was supposed to fight Zoo, but he went for the money. And Zoo was
I'm glad
talking
you brought up.
trash, man.
I'm glad you brought up stripping. All of these
Mhm.
guys, frickin' Haney, Bud, all of them get stripped. Why ain't Canelo stripped?
They stripped him Friday, the IBF did. Just stripped him.
What about the rest of the belts?
I know. WBC should have stripped him because of Benavidez. And they stripped him for this guy, William Skull. They just had the mandatory was announced and ordered in May.
How much you want to bet Canelo takes a fight with that dude just to become undisputed again?
After Berlanga. Would it
Right.
be something? 2-time
Oh,
undisputed.
I can see it happening. Watch.
Yeah. So it can be
Yet,
2-time undisputed. Yeah.
yet he won't fight. Yet he won't fight Benavidez, and he definitely ain't gonna have nothing to do with Morrell.
Yeah, neither one of those two. Mm-mm.
Right.
He would
And
never
both
fight
of them,
either
I
one.
think both of them, I think beat Canelo.
Right now. Yeah.
Right.
He won't ever fight either one of them. Morrell or Benavidez, no.
Oh,
So they
hell
can
no.
fight each other. They can fight each other though. Morrell went to light heavyweight also. Him
If
and
Canelo's smart,
yeah,
he'll fight one of them on his last fight.
last fight. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's what ends up happening. That he
Which one do
fights
you think
one of
he would
them for his last fight out.
pick? Which one do you think he would pick? Think he have any preference?
Probably Benavidez, because I think he knows Morrell's going to put him to sleep. If
Okay.
anybody's got a chance to put Canelo down with that chin he's got, it's going to be Morrell.
You think he would have an easier time against Benavidez?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Morrell can thump, bro.
Yeah, I know.
That dude can thump.
Yeah. He can
And he can box.
And a good high IQ, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and he's young, man. He's fighting Saturday. He's on that card Saturday. I can't remember who he was fighting. Yeah, he's on there. Yep, David Morrell. And
hey, Mr. Joette.
Mr. Joette in the building?
Yep.
What's up, Miss Joette? How are you today?
Carol Whitley.
Oh, I didn't have the thing pushed up enough here. Hello, Miss Joette. How are you today? Good to see you. Me and Old School did a joint venture today on Sonny Liston. We're going to try to do something at least once a month together. Old School is full of boxing history, so we got to tap into that, So about once a month, me and William Old School are red. One half.
It'd be nice if we could get 2 in a month.
Yes.
It'd be nice if we get 2 in a month, but it all depends on my work.
Yeah. I'm down for you. Just gotta let me know. I'm on here every day, man. Just let me know.
Well, I got a bunch of ideas. I want to do Ali. I want to do Frazier. I want to do Foreman. There's a couple of old ass fighters I want to do too.
Well, Old School, I'm on here every day, man. Just let me know, and we'll set it up and run with it. Okay?
Yeah, but the next one we do, I want to do Ali. That's my favorite of all time.
That's cool. Okay. Just let me know a couple of days ahead when you're gonna be off or whatever.
Right.
We'll do it, man. That's all.
Or I'm gonna come in with a notebook when we do him.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on. I'll leave it off the top of my head, man.
Oh yeah, so do I. Plus, there's so much stuff that I don't remember that I know I don't remember.
Yeah, I started being aware around the latter part of his late 70s. He was on the way downhill then. But I watched a lot of his old stuff on tape. But I watched him live for both Spinks fights. Well, not at the fight on TV. Both Spinks fights, Holmes and Trevor Berg, his last 4. Yeah.
Look, I used to go to my cousin's house on holidays, and they would break out the old reel-to-reel fights. They had a whole wall, bookcase full of fights.
Mm.
And at first, when I was little, I didn't watch them. But my first fight I ever watched was Ali and Frazier 2. My very first fight I ever watched. From that point on, I was hooked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you watched the second one. Okay, 2. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember going back.
Yeah.
I remember going back and watching one, I don't know, maybe a year later. And like I said, from that point on, every time they'd start putting on them old reel-to-reels, I was in there watching.
Yeah, I can see how that's being your first fight would have you hooked too. Anyone knows Ali Frazier, because all 3 of them was action-packed. And I told you they retired, according to they retired a week apart from boxing. Frazier retired 1 week and Ali retired the next week in the early 80s. Yeah. Isn't that something?
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. Yeah. A week apart.
I know I saw a couple interviews with Frazier, and when he would talk about Ali, bro, he'd go into tears.
Yeah. Yeah, they really,
him and Ali ended up becoming friends, but there was a lot of bad feelings with Joe for many years with Ali.
Yeah, because Ali went overboard.
He did.
On the critics leading up to those fights. He went too far, man.
Ali knew it though. Afterwards,
he was talking about the man's family, his kids, and everything. He went too far, man. Yeah.
And the crazy part is Joe's the one that got him back in the ring.
Yeah, he loaned him money. when he
Yeah,
got suspended, yeah, to help pay his bills, man. He sure did, and he helped. You right? He helped him get back in there.
yeah. He went to
Yeah,
the boxing commission
yes,
and
he
spoke
did,
for
man.
Ali, and
Hmm.
you know.
That was in one of those movies. I think it was the one Will Smith played Ali. Did you ever see that one?
And
I can't remember.
I think that's
That
what
one.
hurt what hurt Joe the most because he went to
Yeah,
bat for Ali to
but
get
he
him
did.
back in the ring.
I know that. I think that is what hurt him the most, old school. Yeah, for what he did for me, then you're gonna treat me like this. Sure, he
Right.
talked and everything between fights, but Ali went way overboard, man. The type of stuff he was saying about Frazier and everything, man. It really hurt Joe Frazier too.
Like I said, Ali many years later knew
Yeah,
what he did was wrong. You know,
I know.
and he admitted, he should have never did that. He shouldn't have
It took
went that far.
it took Frazier a long time to get over it too. Remember that year
Yeah.
in Atlanta in '96? I think Ali lit the Olympic torch.
Right.
Frazier's son said Joe Frazier told him if I was there, I would push his ass in there. He was still mad. That was over like 20 years later, man. But they finally got it together though.
Well,
Yeah, Frazier, he would
I'm
push him.
glad they made up, bro, because that warmed my heart when they finally squashed the beef.
Yeah, man, because they brought the best out of each other, man.
Yeah, they did.
Woo. That third fight, one of the Phil in Manila, I don't know how each one of them kept coming out there after the 10th round, man.
No.
I don't even know how they
Didn't they
kept
both wind up in the hospital afterwards?
same room side by side. Yep, in the same hospital, same room.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Frazier finally didn't come out after the 14th round, but Ali said if Frazier would have waited a couple more seconds, he would have won because Ali said he wasn't coming back out there either.
Right.
Frazier just happened to throw his towel in first. Yep.
They literally beat each other to half to death.
Oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Them, like I said, you can't compare the guys from the old days to these new guys. It's just not comparable at all.
A fight like that nowadays would have been stopped.
Yeah.
Would have been stopped in the 10th round. Yep.
And like I said, none of these guys, not any of these guys, would be able to go 15 rounds.
No, they wouldn't be in the condition them guys was in there.
No.
They were in shape. They were in shape back then.
I remember Sonny was talking about he'd get up in the morning, he'd run 5 miles, he'd go home, take a nap. Then he'd get back up, he'd walk a mile and a half.
Right.
Then he'd take another nap. Then after that, he went to the gym and started training. And that was his everyday routine.
Yeah. Wow.
These guys today don't do nothing like that.
No.
Hell, half of them don't even want to run.
Yeah. And they just go to camp when it's time to get ready for the fights. Them guys, some of the guys nowadays, stay in camp, stay in the gym year round. But back then, everybody did, man. You know.
Yeah, I think you got Bud, Tank, Errol. Well, towards the last part of his career, started finally staying in the gym all the time.
Like I said, Bam and Monster's dedicated like that too. I would say those two. Yeah, but not many. You can count them on like one hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully, if Jamel comes back, bro, we get Jamel and Bud. I really want to see that fight.
Yeah, that's a grudge match there.
Yeah, it is. And they don't like each other at all.
I would pick Bud. Would you say Bud in that one? Or...
It depends. If the old Mel comes out, then I might go with Mel.
That's a good point. Yeah, depends on which Mel. Yeah.
Right. If the old Mel shows up, then I'm liable to lean towards Mel. Because at one point I had Mel number one on my pound for pound list at one point.
Wow. Mel probably shouldn't go back, get straight back in there with Bud though, right?
No, that's what I said. He needs a couple of fights.
Right. Okay.
Let him get a couple of fights in, get himself back in the ring, get back in fighting shape. And we both know what I mean by fighting shape.
Right. Yeah.
Then afterwards, call Bud out. Maybe for a title, let Mel go pick him up a title, and then have a unified match.
How you know Matchable Bud might not have no title. Matrimony might beat him old school.
He, look, I'm picking Bud in that one.
Yeah, I am.
Can that
I
dude
am.
win? Yeah, it's boxing.
No, I'm picking Bud. Yeah, I think Bud gonna stop him. Yeah,
I think dude hits hard enough, and he's a big dude. Have you seen pictures of that kid?
yeah, I seen him. I
That
have
is a
never seen him
big
fight,
dude.
but I seen him. Yeah, he is, man.
That
He
dude
look
is
like
full of muscle.
160 or something.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
Yeah, Matrimony.
So can he stop Bud? Absolutely. If he can connect and hit Bud on the chin, he could actually drop Bud.
Oh yeah,
So, like I said, this is boxing. Anything can happen.
anything can happen. That's true. But how old is Jamel? How old are the Charlos? Oh, like 35. They younger than Bud, right? Bud is like
A little bit
36.
younger. Been there, what? I think it's mid to early 30s.
Yeah, but I don't think age would be no factor because they're all up in their 30s. You know.
No, what will worry me, like I said, is Mel being out of the ring for so long.
I know. Get a couple fights in, then we can see.
Yeah, let him get back in real fighting shape.
Right.
Maybe 2 or 3 fights and then Bud.
Yeah. But the way they fight by that time, Bud might be like 39, man.
Yeah.
But Bud keeps
I also
himself.
wouldn't mind seeing Zoo and Bud too, like you said.
Yeah. And I always wanted Mel to still fight Zoo because that was just mandatory when it went.
Right.
That's who they gave the belt to when they stripped Mel. They gave it to Zoo, and Zoo was talking trash too. I wanted Mel to come back down and fight him because he was just hadn't had that big break yet. Remember?
If he would have fought Zoo before fighting Canelo, I would have picked him over Zoo to beat
Mel.
Zoo.
Even after Canelo, because he had that break, if he would have came straight back down and then fought Zoo in his next fight, I still would have picked him. But I don't know about him now. He's been out too long, man.
He's been out way too long.
You can't come straight back and fight no Bud or no Zoo now, man. No.
The one who I'm not having much faith in is Maul. Maul, his head's all over the place.
Damn, when the last time he fought Jesse Benavidez? Was that last year?
Yeah, he fought Jose Benavidez.
Jose. But that's his first one fight in like what, 3 years or something?
Right.
Oh, but he didn't look too
But
bad.
he did look good. He did look good. Don't give it, especially for being out of the ring as long as he had been out.
Exactly.
But
he did.
My problem with him is, where is his head?
That's true. Because he had the mental part of it, yeah.
That girl really did a number on his head.
I know. And then Caleb Plant smacked him. Remember?
Yeah.
So.
And he did nothing about it. That's sad.
Unlike Remo, always wanted to see Maul and Caleb Plant.
I want to see it. I want to see it too.
Not now. Caleb would kill him now. All this time he's been out of the ring. I don't know though.
Yeah.
Maul didn't look bad against but that's been a
When's the last time Caleb fought?
Oh man. When he knocked out that other, what's the guy name? Was it Darrell?
Yeah. Was Darrell's last fight?
Or was it Benavidez? Benavidez, wasn't it?
It was Benavidez was his last fight.
Yeah, that was last year. That's right. So Caleb.
So he had been out the ring for a bit too.
Before the way they fight nowadays, so once a year or once every 9 months. I hope Boots gets a little more active, man. Because Boots, I didn't like that year he took off.
I think Plant's biggest problem is you know how they talk about all that muscle, right? Muscle kills cardio and all. Look at the muscle on that dude, and then they wonder why that dude don't make it through 12 full rounds.
Always gets tired, and he always be boxing real good too, man.
Right? And then all of a sudden he's got nothing. By about the 8th round, he looks like he's got no cardio left at all.
Yeah, he was fighting 8 rounders. He might be undefeated.
Hell yeah.
After the 8, that's it.
Hell, even when he fought Canelo, all in the beginning of the fight, he was piecing Canelo up.
Doing real good, man. Yes, he was. But Canelo...
Then out of nowhere, he just runs out of juice as normal.
Yeah, and Canelo knew he's going to run out of gas.
Yep.
Canelo...
Benavidez did too.
Yeah, same thing. Yep. Same thing. Well, old school, about that time. You got anything in closing before we get out of here?
Nah, peace and love to the chat. Appreciate y'all showing up. We're gonna do Ali next. I'll let Cass know when, and you'll see the notification.
Muhammad Ali coming up. Okay. All right, old school.
All right, Cass.
Enjoyed it, man. Always a pleasure, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. Just let me know when you're ready, man.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
All right, old school. Take care. Okay, that's another Cast Sports going into the history books. Really appreciate William Old School Arendt from the Angry White Men podcast. Fridays at 10 p.m. along with D1, Friday New JBT show. Check it out this Friday at 10 p.m. Okay. And you know, if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian, bringing you all that boxing history. Miss Joette in the building today. Okay. Terrell Cameron back in the building. Attentive Aunt McQueen. Bruce Gas Education. Bruce Gas Cannabis Education and Entertainment TV. Tim Layton hashtag JBT. Lonnie Lee hashtag JBT. Melanin Queen 27. Just Do Boxing. Coming up in a couple minutes. Joe. Corey Franks hashtag JBT. Mike Mazik. Old School hashtag JBT. Al Booker. BN Boxing News. And Miss Cass hashtag JBT. Appreciate everybody. Tomorrow will be the punch of the week. Since it wasn't today. And this week it's going to be the overhand. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Okay? Everybody have a great day. Just Do Boxing is straight ahead. So, for William Old School Arendt, this is Cast Sports. I am out. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Don't meet me at Just Do. Beat me over there. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Cast Sports. I'm out.